All right, hello everyone. This is a pre-recorded session of me trading, and I just thought I would share with you a perfect example of identifying a hidden seller on the level 2 and time and sales. So right here we have this flat top breakout forming. It's on the 5-minute chart. We have some resistance right here and we have some support right here. But the level that we're having trouble breaking through is 696. So 696 is right in through here. And you can see the multiple candles that we see touch the highs of 696, and we just can't break through. So here is how you identify a hidden seller. Now I got in at 696, I think way back, way somewhere in through here, anticipating that break. I didn't realize that we were dealing with a hidden seller. So I'm actually in this position. I'm in at 696. I bought 1,000 shares, but now's where I notice the hidden seller. Notice the number of shares at 696 right now. This is what you want to be looking for. How many shares are at 696? We have 1,200, 1,300. Now we have 400. But look at the time and sales. We have 600 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares. All those shares are being bought, but the level 2 on the number of shares is not going down. So we have 200 shares at 696. So let's look at the time and sales. We just had 1,000 shares get bought at 96, and we're still not going down. It's still displaying 100, 200. See all this? We just had 800, 200, 100, 100, 100, and we still have 100 shares being displayed at 696. We're not cracking that level. So there is a hidden seller at 696 where we don't know how many shares are sitting right there. So what needs to happen is either all those shares need to be bought up or that seller needs to move out of the way. But one way or the other, once we crack above 696, that's when we should see a big spike up. And that's why I'm holding on to my position right here. There's no real reason to sell because we are still holding these moving averages right here. We're still above this ascending support line. So I'm not too worried about it, but seeing a hidden seller, that might be a good time to sell if you were in a position and it was also showing some technical signs to get out of the trade. But also, if you weren't in a position and you started to notice this and you say, okay, well, I can't jump in at 96 because I don't know how many shares are at 96. I don't know if it's going to be 100,000 shares, 500,000 shares. I don't know when those shares are going to get bought up or move out of the way. And it's probably several thousand because we tapped it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times we tapped 96 and just can't break through. And 96 is being bought, as you see on the level 2. So it is an area where people are buying the shares, but there's no really good way to tell when that 96 will crack. So what you need to do is, if you weren't into the position like I am, what you would need to do is just wait for that 96 to actually break. Start to see 97, 98, 99, maybe wait for $7 to break on the time and sales. Wait for it to break on the level 2. That's when you can jump in and try to make a quick scalp for that break higher. Now, I really apologize for not getting the actual break on the recording. I actually switch over to GLMD because it hits my scanners and I just take a quick look at that chart because I already have my stop in place at 686. So I'm basically in the driver's seat. I'm either waiting to get stopped out at 686, which is down here. Either I'm going to get stopped out or this thing's going to break and I'm going to make money. So let me fast forward. I'll fast forward slowly so you can see we tap 96 again right there. We tap it again right there. And this is where I switch over to GLMD. It hits my scanners. I take a quick look at it. And then I switch back over to UXIN. I say, okay, we're still not breaking. So I switch back over to GLMD. And then I notice right here, my P&L. So look at my P&L right here. I'm looking at GLMD, but my P&L has just made a big green move, and I say, well, looks like we just broke that 696 level. So I don't even switch back to UXIN. I just say, well, we broke that level. My plan was to sell into that spike, so I start to put out a sell order once we break. So let me play the video here. So watch my P&L. It's going up. It's all green. It's flashing, and that's when I go ahead and put a sell order out. So I'm trying to get filled at 715. I think I get filled. Yeah, it's a $200 gain. I switch back to UXIN, and there's that spike right there. So on that spike, we went from 696, hit a high of I think 720, and that was the breakout. But it was a tough breakout because usually on breakouts like that, you see how many shares are sitting on that resistance level. And once you start to see those shares go down and you start to see those shares on the level 2, it's easier to anticipate that break. But when you see that resistance level being bought, but the shares aren't going down, it's really hard to anticipate when it's going to break. And that's a clear sign of a hidden seller. So I just wanted to share with you that. I hope you all learned something. Thank you so much for watching.